Hey guys, Moo here. Not a day goes by where something crazy hasn't been going on. If you've been paying attention lately in the news, you know that Sean Combs, or Puff Daddy, or P. Diddy, has been found to be kind of a scumbag. The rumors have been around forever, but now he's actually been arrested. He was arrested for, let's see, sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution. He's pled not guilty, of course, in New York, but he's being held without bail. In celebration of that, because what do we do around here when things go south? We celebrate in some way, shape, or form, especially when the crap hits the fan for someone as wonderful as Puff Daddy over the years. And how better to do that when a bunch of memes people have sent me? And we're going to look through them and have a view of them together, shall we? Let's see what we got here. A lot of these are sent to me by my brother because he has done nothing but blast social media with Puff Daddy memes, P. Diddy memes. P. Redditor. We know this now. We know that he is, in fact, a P. Redditor. Their accusations have been there for a long time. People have talked about it. I don't know if P. Redditor is the best way to say it. The Didditor? Maybe? No, just leave it at P. Redditor. Clever. Clever. I can give you the kingdoms of the world. I can just imagine him saying this to like Justin Bieber and Usher before he was backdooring him, if he did. Hypothetically, if he did. Those accusations were suggested. I'm not saying it happened because, again, I wasn't there. It's just accusations, but Xerxes is making promises, and Puff Daddy liked to make promises. P. Diddy was making promises. Kevin Hart's even in question about whether or not he engaged in some things with the Diddy. And I don't know, man. It just feels like if you're on the wrestling mat with him, I'd be worried too, Beavis. So, yeah, the whole situation is gross, but these memes are hilarious. I don't know why, but this meme, this template, just never gets old to me. Maybe it's because I grew up with Beavis and Butthead, and I'm kind of a juvenile delinquent at heart, I guess. What do we got here? He's trying to work his way up the ladder of success. The guy's already a billionaire. Where else can he go from there? Well, maybe he should get a statue of himself made, or maybe a monument. He could join Mount Touchmore and be there with the likes of the Drizzler, the Kiddler, and the Kiddler. Look, the diddler thing is just so easy. He's the one that decided to call himself P. Diddy. What did he think was going to happen? If you're going to be perverted and touch things you shouldn't touch, maybe don't make it so easy for us to make fun of your name. I'm just saying. I mean, I go by Muju's Magic. It's just a gamer tag, man. This guy was telling everybody that's his name. Whole different story. The upside, though, is, when you live a life of crime, you lose friends throughout the years. They get arrested, they die. You don't see them for a long time. You don't always get a reunite. But pretty soon, it seems like P. Diddy's going to be reuniting with an old friend of his. I can just see Suge Knight waiting there for Puff Daddy the first day in there with that Johnson baby lotion or baby oil. Why is the baby oil coming up, though? Why is that suddenly here? Is it just for lubricant? You would think it would be mayonnaise in prison, right? I know I would. That's just from a movie, though, I think. But, before we get to the reason why, let's have a look at what Puff Daddy's going to be looking forward to in prison. I'm sure it's not the kind of food he's used to eating, but as far as I'm concerned, give the bastard bologna sandwiches. He's a sex offender. I mean, at least he's accused. Accused. All I'm saying is he tried to run as soon as the accusations started coming out. So, I'm surprised they caught him at all. I don't know what prison life is going to be for him, but the whole lubricant thing, we'll go back to that, the Johnson baby oil. They found 1,000+ bottles of baby oil, of Johnson baby oil and various lubricants around his house, along with sex toys and all sorts of other weird crap. No, I didn't get images of what's going on in the house, but I can just imagine what the stores around this man's house look like. If you've ever gone to a Walmart, Diddy done made them lock up the last of the baby oil. Go to a Walmart, try to buy anything that kleptomaniacs take or that people just steal because they can, and you're going to find these locked cabinets, man. We all know the struggle. We've been to Walmart. We've been to Target in like a crappy city. This is what we're dealing with. I can just imagine with all the lotion he bought up, We had a lot of taggers around here in our area, and they started locking up spray paint, and I got mad because I always had to track some worthless idiot down that didn't want to do their job at the hardware store. I was already pissed they had to go to work, let alone unlock a cabinet. I can just imagine how hard it's going to be to buy baby lotion while this guy's sitting out here giving it the meanest love you can give it, representing. Telling you, man, the baby lotion ones get worse, guys. There's more baby oil. I don't know what you call it lotion. But, you know, it can't be all bad. I'm sure that if someone puts it on the books, Diddy will still win, come out victorious. He'll be able to get that sweet Johnson & Johnson baby oil that everybody needs so much. I don't understand. Like, I don't think, like, I got 4 kids. I don't remember ever having Johnson & Johnson baby oil more than maybe one time. I think that we didn't have a lot of problems that we needed it. But I also never used it as an adult in my bedroom for anything. That cannot be the best lubricant. I mean, if you used it, let me know in the comments. Don't go into details, and please enlighten me as to why it's such a big deal that you'd have that much of it. When you're that rich, you can just buy a vat of KY jelly or something, or Astroglide. And then we got, he just surrounded by bottles hanging out in his mansion. He's not going to be like that in jail, man. I'm sure he's got money on his books, but I'm pretty sure they're going to keep the contraband down to a limit. I wonder if they're going to have a ban on this guy buying baby oil in prison, knowing what he does with the stuff. I've been to jail, dude. If you go into a jail and you're even just in a regular jail like I was at, I didn't go to prison. I wasn't there for long because I didn't fucking do anything. But you read the bulletin board right by the phone, and there's a big thing in my state that says, hey, help end prison graping in California. They're not going to let this guy have freaking baby oil. They're not going to let a guy who's been known to force himself or accused of forcing himself on other people be buying up baby lotion on his commissary. I just can't imagine that's a thing. There's going to be some kind of embargo on this guy on probation if he ever gets out. But if he does ever get out, maybe he can go back into music. He's changed his name a few times. This one is a nice suggestion, I think. Ice Lube. Bro, I love this one. Whoever came up with this meme, this is the one that made me laugh the loudest and the hardest when I first saw it. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. Don't tell Ice Cube about it, because that guy's dope. But this shit's hilarious. Now, you think he might get out? I don't know. I don't know if he'll get out. Maybe he diddled his last diddle. I just love reading that. It looks like you've diddled your last diddle, Diddy. That's one of those things that if you're ever a cop, you look forward to having a situation where you can string a bunch of words together like that. And I know this because a friend of mine who was a detective waited for years as a law enforcement officer to be able to write some kind of weird quote like that just in his paperwork, so he had to say it in court. And that's when it bit him in the ass and he realized it was a bad idea. Still hilarious. The upside is if he doesn't get out, we'll all be able to go to Facebook and mark ourselves safe from Diddy's freak-off party. He would have those in his mansions. He would talk about it in that weird, creepy video with Justin Bieber as a kid, where he's talking to him about driving the car around. I think Justin Bieber was like 14 or 16. Creepy shit, man. The guy was a scumbag, obviously. Usher, I think, was underage when he took him under his wing, which probably means taking something else. I'm just going to say, the guy's got some dance moves. I don't know how he's shaking it all out like that. I'd be walking tight for a while, unless dude ain't just hung that well. Moving along, though, the thing with people like this, when someone this big falls, people around them start to fall. People have started resigning from positions. Law enforcement officials are resigning from their positions because they know they're about to get in the deep shit. So when you think about Diddy, sometimes maybe this problem, the person they catch, is just the tip of the iceberg. Just the tip. Ironic that Diddy would be just the tip. I wonder how many dudes he said that to while promising them millions of dollar contracts for their record label, for their record contracts and whatnot to sign with his label. Or comedy movies. Short comedian guy who obviously had something going on with Diddy before he got somehow super duper famous and is somehow worth more than Dave Chappelle when you're half as funny. Anyway, one thing we have to keep in mind, and I said this immediately the first time I heard accusations of this months ago, and that is that Diddy didn't kill himself. And this is going to be something right now. They're talking about him being on suicide watch. They are not talking about his state of mental health. They haven't given any, heads up on how he's doing there. He's in prison, guys. He knows too many people. Do you really think he's going to live in prison? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think Diddy survives this? Do you think it's just a coincidence that all these famous people and people in higher places in his area where he lives are suddenly just stepping down from where they're at or hiding? Or just going away and withering like, you know, Tom Hanks did, or fucking the one that actually is, we know, a pedophile. What's his face? It was in K-Pax. I can't remember. Kevin Spacey, that creep. He disappeared. He just said, "Oh, yeah, I touched a kid, but I'm gay, so it's okay." Like, do you think Diddy's going to come out and do something like that? A lot of the accusations were made by grown men, so I don't know how crazy that is in this day and age. I don't understand why it would be such a problem to come out and say, "Oh, the Justin Bieber Usher thing, yeah, that's a big deal." If there was any other younger people, human trafficking is a huge problem. But if it's just like an accusation and all that's bogus, and you're just having dude banging parties in your mansion, just say that's what you're doing, bro. Save everybody the trouble. You've already lost enough face. We'll accept you more as a gay guy than we will as a pedo or a kid touch or a sex criminal. Just a reality there. If you're using your power like to persuade people to be rich, I'll give you $2 million if you suck me off kind of thing, that's scummy. Then we're not going to support you, dude. You're being a piece of crap at that point. But then again, I mean, if you're not an attractive guy to other men, and why else would you get rich? I don't know, man. I don't know. Just thoughts. Just thoughts. It's not my thing, not my cup of tea. I'm just saying it could be worse. Anyway, those are the funnier memes that I saw. Here is an honorable mention, though, that I thought was great. This kind of thing just never gets old. It's just such low-hanging fruit for a probably self-hanging fruit. I'm probably going to get in trouble for that joke, but it's worth it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stick with me. Send me your memes. I love memes. Whatever they are. If I get enough meme piled up about any given situation or topic, I'll do one of these meme review type deals. This is the first one I've done. It was fun. I'll piece it together better. I did most of this last minute. I got up. I looked at my phone. I saw a list of memes from my brother, and I'm like, yeah, this is going to happen now. Enjoy the memes. Keep them flowing. Memes are the spice of life, but a variety of memes thereof. So, anyway. If you haven't already, subscribe and like, and don't like the video, dislike it. Leave a comment. Try not to be too vulgar in the comments, but, have some fun. All right. I'm going to fucking play some video games. Moo out.